What is up, YouTube? My name is Eben, and I have my City Champs deck here for the modified format that's standard for a lot of you. So let's get right to it. We're gonna be running 3 Mega Manectrics. This guy, I gotta say, this guy put in a lot of work. This thing really was quite useful. My matches were all pretty darn close. I didn't end up making top cut, but there wasn't a bad game in the bunch, and all of them were inches away from being won too. And I can't tell you how much I love this card and how powerful it is, and it's still powerful even many sets after its release in Phantom Forces. We're running 4 regular Manectric EX. This thing's great, especially against things like Night March, where you can pick off Joltix and stuff like that pretty easily with things like Overrun. So, that said, we're going to be powering up with our Turbo Bolts on our Mega. We're going to be going after our Aegislash EX. A lot of decks just cannot handle this guy, or at least handle him well. He's an excellent choice. He deals with things like Vespiquen and Night March and Giratina very well. They have a hard time getting through him. We're running 2 Shaman EX for draw power, 1 Hoopa EX as an Ultra Ball target that helps us set up everything else we're wanting to do. Very good there. And our last mon, we're actually running 1 of this promo Jirachi, which if you aren't familiar with it, it's all about its Stardust attack, which does 10 damage for just any energy type, but we do have access to his second attack, which is kind of nice in this deck. But he gets to discard a special energy if they've got one, and if you do, then he's basically got like a guaranteed agility effect. So this guy too just really hates on the special energy. He's very powerful. He's a nice Ultra Ball target. You don't have to play him if they're not running special energies, obviously. We're running 4 Sycamores, 2 Professor Birch's Observations. We're running 2 Skylas, and I gotta say, this card was one of my MVPs of the day. This card was just so useful. A lot of the time, if for no other reason than I could just go get Ultra Ball, turn it into Hoopa. It was like a Bridget that could get EXs instead of just basics, like 3 of them. It was amazing. It was a very useful card. It really helped me through a lot of tough situations where I didn't have any other outs. Just a phenomenal card. Very good. Definitely glad to have it back in format. Giovanni's Scheme. The boost can be very nice for picking up knockouts, especially with Manectric EX. And of course, the card draw option is nice. AZ, an excellent way to erase damage, and you don't mind the energies going to the discard, obviously, because of Mega Manectric. Lysander, because duh. And I opted for a copy of Zerosic, mainly to pick off Headringers, because those can be problematic for us. Aegislash doesn't care quite as much, but Manectric does, because it can take the place of where his Spirit Link ought to go and stuff like that. And it can be energy hated on its worst day, so quite nice there. 3 Ultra Balls, because with Hoopa you don't really need a 4th. In my mind, that's just my version of things. 3 Battle Compressors to ditch energies and supporters we need, of course. And speaking of ditching supporters, we're running 4 Versus Seekers. We're running 3 Manectric Spirit Links, once again, just to kind of guarantee we can get it and get it early, because we really want to start turbo bolting as soon as we can. 3 copies of Muscle Band, and don't be afraid to slap this on your Manectric EX if you need to kind of pick up knockouts. Like for instance, Muscle Band plus an Overrun on Manectric with a Giovanni Scheme, that's a knockout on a Pumpkaboo, which in Night March is pretty relevant because you do not want to 2-hit KO that thing. If you can knock it out in 1 shot on your first turn, that's great. Excuse me, I got a little bit of allergies right now. 2 copies of Trainer's Mail. I kind of fit them in just to kind of be like an extra supporter, or like to fish for things like Manectric, Spirit Link, just whatever we kind of need. I found the room for it, and it was pretty useful. We got 1 copy of Professor's Letter just to make sure we get the lightnings for Manectric, basically. Town Map, a similar logic on that one, but it's also just nice. We got enough 1-ofs and whatnot that it's really definitely justified. We have 1 copy of Super Rod. This can cycle back useful 1-ofs, or like if we have to go through our megas quickly with Sycamore early, we can send them back in, so we're not necessarily out of options. 1 Escape Rope can be nice, and Escape Rope's always really good with Mega Manectric. And our energy count is 4 lightnings, because basically Manectric and mainly Mega Manectric is the only one who really needs that. And then the rest is all metal. We got 8 metals, and that proved to be more than enough. So that is our City Champs deck right there. And until next time, like, comment, subscribe, check me out on Twitter. The link will be below as always, and I will see you next time.